Everybody, it is Leeroy from Leeroy Gaming, and today is Thursday, August 19th. That means it is time for another Outriders Thursday news update. Now, in today's video, we are going to be talking about what has been the headlines in the news recently regarding to People Can Fly, the developers potentially not getting paid. What does this mean? Why do I feel there's some confusion about the subject as well? I'll discuss all of that. Also, Square-Enix has made a reply to these concerns, so we will be discussing this as well. Furthermore, there is good news. There's gonna be some new changes coming to the game as far as features coming that are gonna be new, as well as new content. We will touch on that as well. Also, information on the new patch that is currently being worked on. All this and more right after this. All right, guys. I'm going to start by kind of talking about the elephant in the room, the big 900-pound elephant, to be particular. So, a couple of days ago, a report came out stating basically that People Can Fly, or People Can Fly themselves actually mentioned that they hadn't received royalties yet on the game, and they were expecting to receive it, I believe, no later than August 16th. What does this mean? Does this mean that People Can Fly never got paid for making Outriders? Well, the answer to that is no. But is it true that they probably did not receive royalties? Yes. So while the details on what kind of contract People Can Fly has with Square-Enix is not publicly known as far as I know, I can provide you some feedback of what I know when it comes to game development from my interactions with some friends that are in the field. And so there are basically two times where developers traditionally get paid. So normally a developer will team up with a distributor and publisher like Square-Enix, because Square-Enix obviously has big distribution networks. They have a lot of money. And so an initial agreement is made where they give the game a budget and say, okay, People Can Fly, you have this deadline, you got to make this game. And then People Can Fly, for example, say, okay, that sounds like a budget we can work with. And then they work out separate details on some royalty potential details of when they can get additional money. Royalties are percentages that they would earn on the profits made after a certain point. So Square-Enix has sucked up the initial development cost. They also pay for marketing and advertising, etc. Any other kind of fees for a distribution, whatever needs to be done, they handle it. Developers have one job, and that is to make the game, get it out on time, and get it in on budget. So from my understanding, this was done. And then the real question is, what happens next? The question is, has the game become profitable? Are they owed royalties? And what makes this a little extra tricky is the fact that Square-Enix did go into agreement with Microsoft for the Outriders to be free day one on the Xbox Game Pass. And Microsoft will pay some amount of money to Square-Enix for that. So one of the things that people were talking about is, okay, how are they calculating that? Is that going against the cost? Is that just money that Square-Enix sucks up? How is that calculated into it? How much did it get paid? None of that is disclosed. And so I think that's causing some of this confusion because obviously if that money wasn't paid to them, then more copies would have probably been sold. But at the same time, would the money from those copies sold been more than the sum money that Microsoft gave Square-Enix? We don't know that. So bottom line is there's a lot of kind of potential misinformation, or really they're just missing information to get the whole idea. But Square-Enix did get paid initially. They just potentially maybe do more money, but until Square-Enix speaks more, or they don't technically legally have to say anything, we won't know. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the notes. And I do want to point out, the developers don't handle any of this communication. When we're talking about patch notes, all that, this is all Square-Enix. Square-Enix handles all of the kind of social media. That's all Square Enix. So these notes we're going to be talking about right now, and these responses are from Square Enix. So let's see what they say. We're going to start with the general news. So, and this is from Square Enix. There's been a lot of discussion about Outriders this week, and we're sure that everyone has many thoughts and questions about their understanding of the situation, of what it means for Outriders and its future. However, there's really only one thing to say. Our plans for the future of Outriders remains unaffected. Nothing has changed. Now, if this is true, and it may or may not be true, they had stated previously that they believe Outriders is kind of a big new IP that they really want to build on, whether it's expansions, new content, or sequels. But Square Enix did comment they wanted to go definitely go all, not necessarily all in, but they wanted to commit to this franchise. And so the official statement is that that has not changed. Now, have companies in the past said that and kind of backtracked in the future? Yes, but at this point, this is what it is. But I do like this next statement. They say, we together with People Can Fly are continuing to work closely together on improving and expanding the core Outrider experience on all platforms except Stadia. That last part was me. And remain very excited for the future of the game. Now, this is a lot of PR jargon, but let's see here. It is worth mentioning that as our patches to date have and are continuing to address most of the bugs players may have experienced, our team are beginning to shift more focus towards working on the implementing much requested new features and content. I'm going to restate that. Our teams are beginning to shift more focus towards working on and implementing much requested new features and content. And you can look at this either glass half empty or glass half full. Glass half full is like, sweet, confirmation. They are going to be working on new content, new features, new content, whatever that may be. The glass half empty could be, oh, they're just starting now. Does that mean this is like way far off? Who knows? We don't know how big the team is that they have on this new, how many people were initially on working on new content and features. How many there are now, we don't know. But at least it's a confirmation that they're working on stuff, which is great because I know a lot of people on my stream and on my Discord were like, is the game dying? What's going on? We'll talk more about this new horizon, as well as other Outriders related things we've been working on in the near future. So Square Enix, if you're listening, please let that near future be next Thursday, no later. That would be phenomenal. Thank you. I know I'm a huge channel of millions of viewers. So, I mean, you should totally listen to me, right? All right, with that out of the way, I do overall think this is positive. Again, there is a lot of PR jargon, but I do feel confident that there will be more content for this game. So that's as far as the news goes. Now let's talk about the patch next. When it comes to the patch news, so it's currently under the testing cycle, which again, this is jargon for they're working on it, and it may come out in a week or two, or it could be delayed if they have issues like it's breaking the game as before. So we'll see. Now let's talk about what they are actually working on with the patch. So they're working on further improvements for visibility on a Broodmother Surge AoE skill limits. Let's see. There's the bug that kept people from reviving other players when Tricksters use borrowed time skill. They're still working on resolving that horrible stutter issue when engaged with crawlers, especially bad when you have multiple crawlers. They're still working on the stuttering problem when entering the Drained Lake during the Scorched Land expedition. Now, these are kind of minor annoyances, but they're annoyances. I have once or twice died or almost died because of the stutter. Let's see. Resolve issue that prevented secondary characters picking up journal entries. So, if they already been collected on different characters. I didn't know that was a thing. But minor thing, but kind of important if you're trying to, like, I guess, be completionist on multiple characters. They've resolved an issue that forced matchmaking privacy setting to default to open. Now it's going back to closed. Okay, I thought they had the opposite problem too, but I don't know. This is nice. Added an AFK status for players on friend lists. Yay! change the behavior of the devastators impale. So the game will detect impaled enemies as dead before even. Oh, yes. Boys, this is huge. You will no longer hate playing with devastators that use impale. So now, basically, what this change means is when they're impaled on the spike, you're no longer going to be like stuck waiting for the next enemies to spawn or for like a cutscene to proc or something until this is done. So that is big. The Devastator's Reflect Bullet skill will now protect from Scythian projectile attacks. Scythian? Okay. I think, are those the little poison attacks? I'm not sure. Fix the bug that could prevent Devastators from being able to consistently dodge if they had the auto reflect mod active. Interesting. Yeah. I had that happen quite a bit where you can't dodge at all. You're just running side to side, which was pretty bad for survival. Fix the bug that could cause clients' shots sometimes deal no actual damage to enemies. Oh, that's lovely. So there was a bug that made that you did no damage. Fix the bug that could cause Terminator Plague Sour set bonus to not proc, so they fixed that. Fix the bug that could cause Plague Sour and Cannonball legendary sets to not retain their set bonus after transition. Interesting. So for all of you out there that are running around with that 3 set bonus for Cannonball legendary sets, don't worry. You're cool, man. All of you, I know so many people love Cannonball legendary set. They wear like all 5 pieces, like all the time. But like, you don't know how many times I hear people complaining about this. Didn't pick up on the sarcasm. Did anybody honestly tell me in the comments below if you knew this was a thing? Not only will I give you an imaginary $5, but I will be shocked and amazed that you actually played with the 3 set bonus. Fix the bug that could cause certain mods like grand opening to not proc if the player was on their last magazine. Okay, that's good. And some additional crashes and fixes. So of all of these, the 2 things that really stand out: AFK, the AFK status player tag, and you're not going to hate Devastators that use Impale as much anymore. Awesome. So some not groundbreaking news when it comes to the next patch, but what I think we should look forward to is some upcoming news, and hopefully still a bright future for Outriders. Let's all cross our fingers. And until next time, boys, remember, if you like the content I make, if you want to see me continue to follow Outriders, make content for it, make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you still love Outriders like I do, make sure to come check me out on stream on twitch.tv/Leeroy Gaming Stream. You can check out my schedule at twitch.tv/Leeroy Game Stream /schedule. You can see all the information there. Also, links in the description below. Love to play with you. Still provide carries on a daily basis, and I hope to see you there. Until next time, guys, you have a great one.